This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF and Zidua, the most trusted name in herbicides, providing Ohio soybean and corn acres with up to 2 weeks more residual activity and broad-spectrum weed control. I'm Ty Higgins. Get ready to see the future of farming. Join Ag Revolution for the Ohio Massey-Ferguson Road Show, April 9th at the Hancock County Fairgrounds in Findlay. Learn more and RSVP at agrev.com. On the new Ohio AgNet podcast, I visit with Mike Hanawald about early planted soybeans and the ways to keep them protected from what Mother Nature might throw at them in those early weeks.
One of the best things you can do is have a good solid seed treatment on there to get that off to a good start. The early planted beans, if we have an extended cold spell in April, they're going to lay in the ground for quite a while, 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks before that emergence. And so having that seed treatment to keep that seed healthy during that time is very important. And then that seed treatment, it's good to include in that mix some biostimulants that can help to encourage that to get off to a start in addition to the crop protection aspect. So that would be one thing there. And then at the same time, though, a lot of farmers will really manage those early planted beans really well because they know the yield potential they have. Don't forget to manage the late planted beans too. And some of those management practices like a late season fungicide pass and such actually can have a bigger influence on the late planted beans than what they do on the early ones. And so just making sure that, we farm in Ohio where we tend to have, we have heavy clay soils and it tends to be sometimes too wet. And so we're bound to plant some beans late May, early June, somewhere in the state. And just not forgetting to still manage those. Manage them a little different than your early planted beans, but still manage them well.
You can watch or listen to the latest podcast and find it now at ohioagnet.com. Let's get a check of the forecast now with Ryan Martin, brought to you by Seed Consultants, Simply Better Performance, online at seedconsultants.com.
Northern half of the state dealing with a lot of clouds through the balance of your Monday. Down south of I-70, I think we have better sunshine potential, but everybody's chilly. We see a strong Arctic high sitting right over the top of us tomorrow, so even though we get sunshine, it's going to be quite cold. And then temperatures try and moderate a little bit at midweek. In the temperature moderation, we deal with rain, particularly later Thursday through Friday. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Passing the farm to the next generation is more than a business decision. It's protecting a family legacy. But too often, farmers wait too long to start the succession planning conversation. Experts say the best time to begin is 5 to 10 years before stepping away from the operation. That gives families time to work through tough questions about ownership, management, how to divide assets fairly between family members on and off the farm. Land is often the biggest asset on the farm, and decisions about selling, gifting, or placing land in a trust can have major tax and financial consequences. Without a plan, capital gains, gift, and estate taxes can create a heavy burden for that next generation. That's why your accountant is such an important partner. They can help with retirement planning, evaluate the farm's financial health, and build a transition strategy that protects both the family and the future of the farm. You can read more about giving yourself 5 to 10 years for that succession plan online now at ohioagnet.com. We'll get a check of the markets and some analysis next here on the Ohio AgNet.
Every bushel you grow needs a market. That's why the Ohio Soybean Council is working to expand demand for Ohio soybeans around the world. Your checkoff supports international outreach, trade team visits, and putting Ohio soy in front of global buyers. By showcasing the quality, reliability, and value of Ohio soybeans, you can count on new opportunities and increased demand today and into the future. Visit soyohio.org to see all the ways your Ohio soybean checkoff is at work, expanding markets for your beans.
Hey farmers, planting season is almost here, and Ohio AgNet wants to bring lunch to your farm. Our Feeding Farmers contest is going statewide, and we'll soon be picking farms across Ohio to receive a visit from the Ohio AgNet and free lunch for your farm family and crew. If you'd like us to stop by, get signed up today. Just visit ohioagnet.com/feedingfarmers to enter. Feeding Farmers is brought to you by Ag Revolution, Paradise Energy Solutions, and the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust. Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins, and today's market analysis is brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC at 574-566-2113. This week, traders will begin sizing up price direction with fresh export inspection numbers later on today. As the week progresses, the trade will position ahead of Thursday's USDA monthly World Ag Supply and Demand Estimates report. Diesel prices hit $5.61 per gallon over the weekend. That's up from $3.49 before the U.S. and Israel strikes on Iran. A rundown of midday markets on the Ohio AgNet brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Corn for May unchanged at $4.52 and a quarter. Same goes for July, $4.63 and a quarter. No change. Soybeans for May 2.5 cents to the plus side at midday, $11.66 a bushel. July beans $11.82 and a quarter, up by 2 and a quarter. And wheat for July down 4 3/4 at $6.04 3/4. The September wheat contract down 4 1/4 at $6.18 a bushel. April live cattle $247.37, that's up $1.17. June down 15 points at $246.17. Feeder cattle for May $369.40, down 122. August down 85 at $368.65. And April lean hogs up 52 cents at $90.82. The May $98 even, up by $2. This is the Ohio AgNet.